giving back
Thank
to you,
you.
Coach.
All valuable information. So thank you so much. So Warriors, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the long-awaited exit strategy. And so again, I want to give a shout out to Selman for all his hard work on the amazing Discord. Shout out to John Rotundo, Abdullah, Mario, David as well, who put a lot of work into this as well. And everybody who's behind the scenes, can't thank you enough. So we'll jump right into it. Remember, Warriors, this is recorded. So don't feel like if you didn't catch something, you can't rewatch it. I'm going to edit it down to this portion right here. And then what we'll do is we'll do a call before we head out to Vegas tomorrow. I'll probably be too wild in Vegas to do a call. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll do another call next week if you guys want to jump on, if you have any questions on the exit strategy. So Johnny Crypto, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Coach. And good morning or good afternoon, everybody. First of all, Selman, thanks for the update as always. I just want to ditto what Coach said. First of all, thanks to Dave for kicking off and getting the whole thing started, and to Mario for really helping out. What we did was we converted this to Google Docs. So you'll see that the new exit strategy will be in Google Docs. The good news is you can actually download it into multiple forms. So I'll show you that in a minute. But I just want to say thank you to all of them. And thank you to those folks who offered to do beta testing and providing your feedback. We took all of that into consideration. We put it all in there. And then we found that there's quite a bit of limitations in what you can do in an Excel spreadsheet or in Google Docs. So with that said, eventually what we're going to try to do is come out with an actual app that can go way beyond what this can do. So this is kind of this is maybe the tip of the iceberg. We can do a lot more things there. So we are looking for some people that were willing to volunteer. We'd like to interview and talk to you and get your take as we're developing an app to do some consumer research basically first. So when we develop it, we're developing it, meeting those unmet needs. So if you have interest and willing to sit down with us and talk to me or my couple of someone from my team, 15-20-minute interview, just send me an email or a message me and just let me know if you're interested so we can get that going. So with that said, what I want to do here is I'm going to share my screen. And let me know when you guys can see it.
Got it. Yep.
Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to receive an email or an email link, or there'll be a link on Coach's website. And when you click on that link, it's going to open up. Now, can you guys see this page here that says make a copy? Okay. So it's going to go to make a copy. You're going to click this button here called make a copy. And when you click it, it's going to actually take you to the Google Docs file. Can everybody see the portfolio overview screen? Okay. So this is the entry screen now. So what we've done is we've created a screen that's going to bring all of your portfolio together in one place so you can actually see the total value of your portfolio once you've got everything added in here. So that didn't exist before in the prior one, and I had a lot of people asking for that. Basically, at the top of every page, you're going to see instructions of what to do on every page. So take a few minutes. I know nobody likes to read. I don't either. But if you're sitting there and trying to figure it out, we put some basic instructions at the top to walk you through every page. Most of it's pretty intuitive and simple. And you're only going to enter in boxes in yellow. So if you look at the screen right here, no yellow, no touch. Very simple. All right. So no yellow here, nothing to worry about. This is all going to pre-populate on its own. So what I like to do when I come here, this is going to be blank before you actually get started. So I like to click the refresh coin button page. So you're just going to click that. And then at the bottom of the screen is really the way it's going to work. You just look at the different tabs. You've got the portfolio overview tab. That's tab number 1, right? So you start there. The second tab here, if you click on the bottom, is called coin market prices. So you click that. This is a new feature we added. So this is basically going to allow this Google Docs to keep track of your portfolio without you having to manually enter in the prices, because otherwise you would have had to manually enter them in. That's where Mario contributed a huge contribution here, because you would have had to manually go and update your coin prices all the time. Now, Mario said where we can do it automatically. So at the top here, it's going to tell you how to do that. Basically, we polled a lot of you guys and we took a lot of the coins you're using and we already pre-populated them in here. So there's a good amount of coins in here. But as new coins come out, or you might have a coin that we don't have in the list, what you do is you scroll down to the bottom of the list. And if you're trying to put in a coin that's not in the system, you're just going to click on add new coins right here. And let's say you want to add, there's a coin called Bone. It's a new coin that came out with the Shiba thing, right? So you go to CoinGecko. So we put the link here. Just click on CoinGecko. And can everybody see the CoinGecko page? Okay. Type in Bone up at the top here, and you'll click on Bone. And then here, it's going to show you where it's located. So it's going to give you some information that you need. It's going to tell you what it's paired with. The pairing is important. So you're going to see you got Bone in Ethereum and Bone in USD. So we want to know it in USDT, right? So sometimes it might be USD, sometimes it might say USDTC, sometimes it might say USDT like it does here. So you're going to pick, you're going to notice that pair. So you see the pair is Bone USDT, and then you look at the exchange. So this one here is Bitforex. I start with the first one. Uniswap is not going to work. So just ignore Uniswap or any kind of those swaps. You're looking for actual exchanges. So now you know it's Bone, you know it's USDT, and you know it's on Bitforex, right? So you go in here, and basically you're going to enter in the coin name, which we know is Bone. The actual symbol, which is the most important thing, and as it shows here on CoinGecko, the symbol is always in the parentheses here. So you see the open parentheses and then Bone and then close parentheses. That's your symbol. That's what you're looking for. So you're going to take that and you're going to put that under the ticker. I should call it the ticker. You're going to put Bone in here. We talked about the pairing. We know it's USDT, right? I showed you where that was. I'll go back and show you again. If you come down here, right, you're looking for the pairing. So it's Bone / USDT. That's what it's paired with. So you put the pairing in and then the exchange, right? So as I showed you here, there's two options. There's Bitforex and there's Hotbit. So let's start with Bitforex first. And we'll just type that in, Bitforex. We hit enter. Oh, you gotta spell it right. And it's going to load up, and there it goes, boom. And now you've just entered a new coin to the system, okay? So a little practice, you'll get it. It's not that hard, but basically that's the only way to do it right now in lieu of not having an app. Or you could just manually enter in the price if you want, but that's painful. So anyway, the coins, we have a bunch of coins in here, about 40, 50 coins. So most of the coins you have are most likely in here. So you're going to go to step 1 now, portfolio tracker. Now, a lot of people ask, hey, I only have buys, I want sells. We put sells in here. And a lot of you wanted to be able to calculate your taxes. And we tried to make it so we could calculate your taxes. And the reality is it's too difficult to do because you have to keep track of the amount that you buy versus the amount you sell. They have to match exactly. You got to keep you have to select the lot you do. All that's better served through an app. It can't even be done through this format. So again, when we do the app, that'll be something that we'll be able to address. So for now, at least in a nutshell, the good news is you'll at least have a place where all your coins are tracked, your buys and your sells. And when you go to your tax account, you can literally just print out this sheet and give it to them. And your tax account will be able to figure out for you what the app can't do for you, which is exactly what your taxes are. So again, follow the instructions at the top. There is a mistake here. We're going to fix it. Step 4 is going to go away, and step 6 will become step 4. But other than that, basically, wherever you see yellow, you enter, right? So you start with the instructions, enter only in the yellow boxes. So step 2, select coins from the drop-down list, and then you start entering in information. So start with the select coin. You click here which coin you want to do. So let's start with our favorite one, XRP. All right, so I'm going to pick XRP, and it's going to pre-populate the symbol. Now I'm going to make up some numbers here. So let's say I bought it on 1/23/21, and let's say I bought it on Kraken. All right, don't touch the white boxes. We don't enter in white. If you touch a white box, you'll break the whole system. So if you do mess up and you type in, something here like you're not supposed to, I don't know, I'll just make some XLM. You want to go in here and you want to hit the undo button. I probably shouldn't have done that, but if you put like the word John, right, you want to undo that. So just undo and go back to what it should be. Now we're entering the number of coins. Let's say you bought 10,000 coins and entering the price you bought them at. If you were lucky and got them at under 20s, it's great. And then voila, there you go. So now you just entered in your buy. And let's say you were really excited and the next day you got some more money and you bought a little bit more. All right, we'll put a second one in here. And maybe you got a second site. I don't know, maybe you bought it at crypto.com. All right, you can just put that in there, and you bought 5,000 coins, and you bought them at 25 cents, whatever. Okay, and there's your second buy. And you're going to do that for all your coins. Go ahead, and you can just scroll down here. There's up to 20 coins. You could do it. If you got more than 20 coins, just make a copy and recreate another whole. We can't go, be down 20. So just create a copy of this and start over from scratch, and you could add, you'll have another 20 coins. Of course, you're going to have two different files, but you can, continue to make multiple copies of this, and you can have multiple if you have that many coins. So once you've got your coins to enter in, right, now you can actually see your buys. You want to go create your sell, right, your exit plan. So you click on step 2. Now, what we've done here is we've automated the majority of this. So now you no longer have to fill a lot of this stuff in. It's already pre-populated for you. The only thing you're going to enter in is the yellow boxes, like we've always been saying. So if your tax bracket's 20%, 30%, whatever you are, put it in. You may want a 50% sell keep plan or sell plan, right? If you want to keep, like Coach always talks about 50% plan. But let's say maybe you want to sell only 25% of your coins and keep. Oh, that's weird. I shouldn't do that. And you want to keep 75%. Then you would put in whatever percentage you want there. So 25%. Okay, and that'll keep so make sure you put the percent sign, and that'll actually show you what you're keeping. And then it will adjust down here. So as you change the numbers up here, if you make this 50%, you're going to see then the number of coins we're keeping versus the number of coins we're selling. So we've tried to make this simple now. You don't really have to do much here. This does it all for you automatically. So then you're going to go in and you're going to create your sell points. You can do up to 6. Many of you have asked for more. Originally, we had 4. You can do up to 6 sell points. And by the way, you don't have to do them all. So if you don't, just leave them blank, the ones that you don't do. But let's say sell point number 1, I don't know, I'll just make this $1, enter it in. And let's say you want to sell 10% of your coins, enter that in, right? And that's going to show you what you got to do. And then let's say you want to, your second target is going to be $2, right? And you want to sell, I don't know, 20% of your coins there. And you can see it's giving you the actual plan, right? Then let's say your next one, you want to sell 350. And, maybe you want to sell 50% of your coins there. And then the last one, I don't know, maybe $4, and you put 20%. All right. So you don't have to use all these slots if you don't want. Now, this is important. When you actually hit your targets, this is where you want to go in, and you want to just tell it, yes, I sold it. Let's say your first price target was hit of $1. You're going to say yes. And it says enter the actual coins sold. All right. So you're going to enter whatever number you have here. So this is the number it's telling you to sell, 750. You need to lock that in. So you tell the system, I sold 750. And then it's going to say here, it's going to show the average coin price that you had. And you're just going to copy and lock it in here. It says enter actual average coin price. So you want to take this number and you want to just lock that in here, 0.237. 67. All right. And now you've locked that number in. And basically that's it. And now it's showing you what you've done, shows you what you put back in the bank. It shows you what your average profit is and what your total return would be after taxes, if all these targets hit. So that's kind of what happens here. Now, let me show you why we did that. So let's say now you decide, you're like me, and you decide you want to buy more coins. So you sold some coins, right? So you might come here now and say, okay, let's capture what we sold. So maybe I'm like 30. We just said we sold, if we go back, we said we sold 750 coins at $1, right? So you're just going to put here, let's say you sold them at Kraken. And you sold 750 coins. And you sold them at $1. All right, there you go. And now you put in your sell. So you want to track what you put in. And now for tax purposes, your accountant will be able to know, what you bought, what you sold. And down here, this is going to calculate for you your total coins that you have. And it's going to show you the average coin price, your current total value, and then how many remaining coins you have, right? Because you bought 15,000 and you just sold 750, so you have 14,200 left. Now, if you're like me and decide you want to go buy more coins after you sold some, let's say in February, you came back and you bought you went back and I don't know, Kraken. And you bought another 10,000 coins. Maybe you bought them at 50 cents. Okay. Now, when you go back to your exit strategy, it's going to add those coins back in there and it's going to recalculate what your new number of coins you should sell remaining. So for example, you'll see here, it's telling us to sell 1250. Well, remember, we already sold 750. So this first price target is done. So you're going to ignore everything you see here. You're going to focus on the next column, right? This is telling you because you added more coins, it's going to tell you how many coins to sell. So if you hit your $2 target price, you're going to hit yes. And again, you're going to lock in how many coins this tells you, 2,500. So you should sell 2,500. And now you're going to lock in the average price of those coins, which now it's showing a new average price, right? Because we bought them at a higher price. So you're going to lock in that price, 0.3420. All right. And that's going to make sure all these numbers are correct. You have to copy over this number. You'll see now, remember the earlier average price was 0.236 cents. But because we bought more coins and the price went up, had we not locked it in, this program would be calculating off of this 0.34 number and you'd be getting the wrong information. So make sure you're copying over and locking in whenever you sell. And that's really it in a nutshell, okay? That's going to give you, now obviously we just sold 2,500 coins at $2. So you're going to go back to your tracker. And let's just say on, I don't know, whatever day, maybe the 21st, you sold those coins. Oh, get that right. So if you sold 2,500 coins, we said there's a $2 price, put it in there, and that's going to keep track of everything. All right, so you can see your actual coins total that you bought in total, 25,000, but you sold some, right? You sold 3,200, so your remaining are 2,170, okay? So all the totals are here at the bottom. And then again, same thing, you just add all your coins. Now, if you, as you have that set up, the exit sheet, the cheat sheet here is going to pre-populate this for you. So you can see again, your target prices, the amount, percents that you put in, and how many coins to actually sell. And what we've done, if you remember that portfolio sheet, is now keeping track. Look at that. It actually captured my XRP coins, how much money I invested in total, how many coins I currently have left, and what the average coin price is of those. And now it's just going to give you the actual coin price. So this is 63 cents. That's what XRP is right now. So you can see your total current value is $13,000. And you can see what you actually sold in dollar amount in coins already sold. So you kind of get a viewpoint. So in a nutshell, that kind of gives you the new system. And obviously the staking chart is just a staking, just give you an idea of what might be. This is not up to date, so this could change over time. So you can use it as a rule of thumb, but these numbers may not be the correct percentage. I wouldn't get hung up on them because they change all the time. So now that you've got that done, if you want to add a second coin, you just come here, you pick the coin, whatever, Ethereum, and then you just go through the whole thing again, and that will start to pre-populate. You can already see it populated Ethereum and it put in the coin price. Now, once you've got this done, if you don't want to work in Google Docs, you can go to File, and you can do Download. And for those of you that want to work offline in Excel or any of these different formats, you can. So if you just click Excel, right? Because I know some of you mentioned you prefer to use Excel rather than Google Docs. You can do that, and you can save it in an Excel format, and it's gonna come up and give you it should pop up into an Excel spreadsheet, and then you'll be able to save that. And that's it. Now, the only thing is when you go into those downloads and if you take it off Google Docs and download it into something else like an Excel or something like that, you're not going to get the coins updated for you. So, for example, so this is opening here. Hold on. So there it is. So now it opened up, and you can see here it's showing me exactly what I entered. You're going to click Enable so you can actually use it. And you can see here you have your portfolio. Now you'll notice here, you don't have your coin prices anymore because you're working offline. So this is where you have to manually enter in the spot prices for each one of your coins, and you have to always update them if you want the correct value. So that is the one trade-off. Unfortunately, again, without having an app, if you work in Excel, you're going to have to manually enter in the numbers. But at least for nothing else, from a tracking perspective, you have everything here that you need to be able to capture your buys and sells. And from a tax perspective, got your cheat sheet and your staking options. So that is how the downloads would work. So if you work offline in one of these files, you will not get, these numbers will not be updated over time. Let me just close that. Okay, so here, and then so now this goes back. Now, every once in a while, when you come in here, you're going to want to hit this refresh button. When you hit this refresh button, this will just reload the pricing and make sure you've got the latest prices showing in here. It should also do it automatically, but if you see it's not, just hit that refresh button, and that's going to allow you to always make sure you've got your latest coin price and coin value. All right, so hopefully in a nutshell, that was hopefully not too difficult, simple to understand, simple to follow. But at this point, I will open it up to any questions you guys have. If there's anything off the top of your head right now that I can answer, I'd be happy to answer for you. And then anything, if you run into issues or whatever, we beta tested it a lot, but there could always be a bug somewhere. If you find it, send me an email. But hopefully that was it in a nutshell. And with that said, let me open it up to see if anybody has any questions.
So one of the questions I saw out there was, so basically what'll happen is, as soon as we're done with this, it takes about an hour and a half for this to download. And then once the video downloads, I'm going to chop it up to this part of the Zoom call. So I'll do the regular Zoom call, and then I'll chop this up. And then the link will be in Mighty Networks under courses. You'll see exit strategy. And then I'm also going to put it in Discord. We put an extra strategy section with this video and the actual link to the Google Doc. So it'll be in both places for you guys. And I'll have that done by this evening.
Any other questions?
And
No, I'm excited.
And also, someone was asking, Michael was asking where to find the downloads. The download link. It's going to be available on Discord, guys. So on Discord under Exit Strategy, you will have all tools there.
Yeah, the one we have in there, the old one, the new one will be up this afternoon as soon as this video edited. So we'll have the brand new one.
Hey, John, does the number of coins in that summary page where we've got the refreshed on the price, does that number of coins remaining get updated as you sell?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see here, yes, this will track what you have remaining only. So as you sell, right, you'll notice here, this is showing 21,750. And if we go to the actual tracker, you'll notice you only have 21,750 left because you sold 3250 already. So yes, it does keep track of what you have remaining. And that's what we use to calculate what your total current value is. It's your remaining coins times the current coin price. So you can actually see what your portfolio value is. So as long as you're keeping track and you're making sure your buys and sells are matching what your real account is, you're going to be able to see in a glance all your coins in one spot, even if you have them on different. Like if you're like me, I got my coins on 3 different exchanges, right? It's a pain in the butt to kind of figure out what they're all. Here, this brings it all together in one spot.
Yeah, it's super. One more question for you. So the exit plan, obviously you've got your price points that you're going to, but that doesn't negate the need to actually enter in the sell on that first sheet in order for that to update the summary sheet, right?
If I understood your question correctly, you mean on this sheet here, putting in these cells?
Yeah, you still have to put that in order for that to refresh the number of coins you have left and all that.
Yes, you have to put them in here to show. Yeah, this is the place to actually keep track of all your coins, your real buys and sells. So make sure every time you buy and every time you sell, even if the reason why I didn't have this sell sheet auto populate off of the exit plan is some people sell coins without following this plan, or maybe sold coins ahead of time before having the plan, right? So we wanted to provide you the flexibility. So go in here from a tax perspective purposes, go in and capture. This is what I do. I keep track of all my buys and all my sells in one spot, right? This allows you to do that. and at least keep you an accurate total of how many coins you have available.
Okay, one more question. Sorry.
Yeah,
'Cause
no, absolutely.
I remember in the last exit plan sheet, you did have a checkpoint for whether or not you sold at that price point or not. Did that go away then for that reason?
Well, no, that's still here, right? So the
That's still
checkpoint,
there? Okay.
the checkpoint is here. So see where we say sold yet?
Yeah.
This is where you want to tell it, you know, that you sold them. So if you hit this price point, and these are the coins you should be selling. Now, if you don't follow the plan, it's going to screw the whole thing up. So if it tells you to sell 2,500 and you sell 3,000, it's not going to work. So you could do whatever you want, but then this actual strategy isn't going to work right. So if you end up saying, oh yeah, I want to sell 2,500 or 3,000, you know, your best bet is going in and make this number match. So you may bump this up to 25, right? Or get somewhere so that, 25%. You may want to bump that up to, you know, to get it to match whatever you actually sold.
Got it. Okay.
But,
This looks great. Thank you so much.
oh, no, you're welcome. I hope it's helpful. And like I said, we tried to simplify it. So there's actually less boxes that you have to enter in. So it might look more complex because we added some stuff, but the reality is the number of stuff you enter in is either similar to before or actually less.
And
So, sorry, I'll ask one more question because I know I was working in Excel before. So in order to get this on, what is it, Google Doc? Like you
Yeah.
said.
Do you have a Gmail? Do you have a Gmail email address?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So as long as you have Gmail, you can just log into your Gmail account. Let me show. Yeah, you can just log in, or actually, so you won't even have. If you're logged in, you won't even have to. When you click on the link, it's going to bring you right to Google Docs. It's going to open it up, and it should let you in. And it's just to bring you right to the make a copy page.
Okay, and that's totally secure, right?
As secure as Google is, right?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's on the cloud like anything else, right? You're always at some risk when the stuff's on the cloud, but most likely all your pictures, your photo, and everything else you're doing is up on the cloud today anyway, right? But yeah, so that's why if you don't care about the portfolio value, or this page here, let me go and show you what I mean. So you don't care about this page, what your portfolio is worth, or you're okay doing it manually. You can download everything to Excel, and then the only thing is this isn't going to update. And these coin prices aren't going to update. These are going to go away. And you would just literally manually just fill this box in right here, right? Put in the actual amount. So you would just type in 32,980, right? You just do it that way. And that's the way to manually keep track of it if you're doing it offline in an Excel format. So that's the way you can kind of cheat the system. If you want to say, if you're not comfortable being up on the cloud and you want to stay off the system, you could do it that way. And you just manually enter in, put in the ticker symbol. If you're working offline, you literally just put the ticker symbol here, right? Whatever it is, let's say it's bone. And then you would go here and just put in the price, make it, 23 cents, whatever it is. And that's all you'd have to do. And then that'll show up on the other list so you can populate it.
Excellent. Thank you.
We'll go to Austin, and then Austin's had his hand up, and then we'll go over to Angel next. Austin?
Y'all can actually move on. I forgot what my question was. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. We'll go over to Angel.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Well, first of all, Johnny and Mario and Salman and everyone that worked on the spreadsheet, thank you so much for your hard work. This is amazing, and it's going to really streamline the process. So really appreciate it.
Cool.
And I was wondering, is there any way to add like with daily withdrawal limits on the exchanges? So for example, like what are the daily withdrawal amounts, and then like maybe how much commission do they charge when you take your money out?
Yeah, that's going to be varying on I guess on a exchange by exchange basis. Not sure where they keep that, but that's the, what, that's the kind of feedback we need. So you should be part of our interview people. So if you're interested, we'd like to interview folks like yourself. But yeah, that's something we could look into. It might not be something we could do here, but probably something we could do easily on an app, because we could pull the APIs from different exchanges. And that's the kind of stuff we want to know. What is the information people want? because on an app, we can pull that stuff in very simply and have all that stuff available at your fingertips. Right now, we have to manually go get it, and it's just not, it's not that simple to do, right? But it's a great question.
Thank you.
And did you have a second question?
No,
Okay. All right, cool. All right, thank you for that. And I saw Mr. Rock had his hand up. I guess, I don't know, his hand went down.
Yeah, I was wondering, how do you guys update the portfolio? I mean, the prices. Where does that information get pulled from? So that when the coin changes prices rapidly.
It comes from these exchanges. So you're telling the system which exchange to pull from, and that's going to pull from that exchange. So if you notice here, Bone is going to be coming from Bitforex. Ontology is going to come from Binance. Ocean is going to come from Kraken. So you're going to tell it which exchange to pull it from based on when I showed you through CoinGecko. You're going to go to CoinGecko, and CoinGecko is going to tell you the exchanges that it's available at, and you're going to enter that exchange in here, and you're going to look to see if the spot price populates. Sometimes you'll put it in here, and it won't. It'll give you an error. For example, so let's say, I'm glad you said that. So let me just show you what could happen. So let's say we do Bone, and you know how I put Bitforex in here and it's showing the price? Let's say I didn't choose Bitforex. Let's say if we go to CoinGecko, let me just bring that back up. So if you're on CoinGecko, right, and you type in Bone, and you are going to set this up, you're going to scroll down at the bottom, and you're going to see there's really only, again, avoid unit swaps, any kind of swaps, pancake swap, those are not going to populate the price. You're looking for exchanges. So you'll see there's only two here. There's Bitforex and Hotbit. So I chose the first one, Bitforex. But let's say we pick Hotbit. So we go in here and we chose Hotbit instead. Let's put Hotbit in here and see what happens. So we're going to tell it to do Hotbit. And now, see, it's giving us an error. So Hotbit must not have the information available, right? So then you'd go to the next one and you try another one. In this case, I think was it Bitforex? I think Bitforex worked. Let's see here. Yeah, see how Bitforex worked? So you're going to go through it. It's kind of a trial. Again, it's not an app, right? We're doing the best we can. So you're going to have to do some stuff manually here. You're going to have to trial and error and put in a couple different exchanges until you find one where it actually works. And if you find none of them work, then you're just going to have to manually enter the number. There's just nothing we can do about that.
Okay, got it. But the major coins are the ones I'm invested in. Those are gonna come, like, you type in Uphold, like it should pull that, no problem, right? Like XRP from Uphold, so forth.
You could try it if Uphold let's see. So if we go to XRP and we put in let's put Uphold in here and see what happens.
Okay.
Let's see if it works. No, so it didn't work. So Uphold might have it in USDT, not USD. So let's try that. Let's see if that works. Nope. And let's try USDC. It depends. You got to kind of get the right pair. And see, it's not working from Uphold. So no, you're not going to use Uphold.
All right.
I have one question to that, Johnny. So is the source actually CoinGecko? Does it take the prices from CoinGecko?
No, it wouldn't. No. So what we're doing is we're using CoinGecko to tell us what exchanges they're on, and then it pulls from there. It didn't. When we tried to pull the APIs from Google Docs to CoinGecko, it doesn't work. So this is the only way. This is the way this API is written to work. You have to you need to pull it from an exchange.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
So does it so you would have to like keep a side note of what exchange you actually have your coin on versus what coin you're pulling it from?
It doesn't really matter what you have it on, because for the most part, all the coin prices are about the same. I mean, maybe they're off by a tenth of a penny or a penny. I've always found that for the most part, whatever's on Kraken for XRP is pretty close to what's on BitTrue for XRP, or they're within a 0.5%. So frankly, to be honest with you, yeah, I mean, it's going to be, could your account be off by 0.5%? Yeah, maybe, when it's all done, you add them all, but who cares, right? This is to give you a general idea of what your account is worth. So you're going to know 99% of the value of your account.
0.5% doesn't matter in this volatility.
Exactly. I mean, that just happened right now while we were speaking. Our account probably just went up or down 0.5%.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
All right, cool. Anybody else? Any questions?
I actually
Also-
have a question.
Yep.
Yeah. So didn't y'all say a while back that there's an app that tracks all the purchases and sales from all your crypto?
There are some apps out there today. I don't recall the name of them, but there are apps out there that you can get that you can enter in the exchanges and it will suck all of them in, it'll pull them in and be able to give you your current value. And that's kind of what we're working on. We're looking to do something similar to that, except it's going to have a lot more features because those apps don't have exit strategies. Those apps don't let you actually buy and sell coins. And that's kinds of things we're going to be trying to put together in the app we're working on. We're going to be able to tell you, you might be able to even buy and sell coins or, so when your price targets hit, you can do it. We'll have exit strategy in there. We might even have algorithms that kind of help predict. For example, one of the biggest questions I always get asked, and I know Coach does too, is like, hey, what prices should I put in here for my selling points, right? That's like the biggest, everybody wants to know what price to put in there, trying to pick Coach's head, trying to figure out how he came up with them, right? And the reality is there's multiple different ways to do that. We're working on the app to try and come up with an algorithm that might leverage things like technical analysis that someone does, or things like Fibonacci levels, historics, things like that, that will give you, or maybe all-time previous, all-time high. We're going to work on some kind of predict, at least give you a recommendation of what you might want to put in there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's always going to be up to you to decide what you want to put in there.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But it's going to be a while before the app's ready, but we are looking for people to talk to interview. So if you're interested in spending 15, 20 minutes talking to us, please send me an email, just message me in Mighty Networks and let me know. And I'll get a list of names together, and then we'll set up some quick calls just to pick your brains.
Awesome.
I had a question. Can I follow on to that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
we can hear.
so I appreciate your answer on picking the price targets. I think all that stuff's like a personal decision, but I also am not sure what questions to ask myself. So mine specifically is about the exit strategy percentage at the top. That how many, like a coach has 50%, he's never going to exit more than 50% out. What are some questions, if you don't mind, like what are some questions you would ask yourself to determine if you're a 50% person, a 75, a 25, or 0 or 100?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I did a video on it a while ago talking about like different, it really depends on where you're at lifestyle wise, right? So if I was in a position where I'm someone who's generating, maybe I have 2-income family home, right? The crypto is just a really risky speculative asset that I'm getting into, and I was holding long term, right? Maybe I'd take 10% to put some money in the bank, right? And then someone like me, for example, I'm 45 years old. I started over once again a year and a half ago. And so I have 10 years till retirement, right? So I'm throwing a Hail Mary. So I'm going all in. So the reason why I picked 50% for me is I'm keeping 50% long-term for my long-term generational wealth building strategy. But the 50% I'm taking out, that's the most critical part, is like, what do I do with that 50%? I'm not going to take 50% and go buy a bunch of, go on vacations and do all this stuff. I'm taking the 50% and I'm reinvesting back into assets. So some will be set on the sidelines for buying back in during the dip. I'll be buying other companies. So I'll be investing in, innovative companies, maybe like John's app, things like that coming up, investing into a Turo strategy to get residual income. So it's really based on where are you at in your life, right? If somebody's a lot younger, right, and they have a higher risk appetite, they can go, or long-term, right? So it really depends on where you're at. So the reason why I personally pick 50% is because of that. But the 50% that I'm pulling, it has a strategy. So the first time I hit my first exit target, I bought silver. The second one I staked in DIA at 10%. So my whole goal with the 50% is to create residual income. And then with half of the 50% is to create a hedge against the US dollar collapsing. So I'll have 50% in silver or some type of precious metal, and then the other 25% is going to be used to create more residual income to buy more assets. So hopefully that makes sense. It's really based on what is your goals, right? So if you're someone who has a lot of high interest rate debt to pay off, you probably want to pull some profits. But I feel like if we're going to go through the biggest bull run in history, you probably should take some money off the table, right? I think it'd be kind of foolish not to take some money off the table, but the question is, what are you going to do with that money? That's the biggest question. So hopefully, did that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. That's the question I was asking myself, is what do I do with this profit? So thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, as I build my as I do things. So for example, when I buy silver, I tell you guys when I we've been sideways. It's funny. It was cool because I exercised it twice or 3 times, and I send you guys exactly in Mighty Networks, and I'll start putting that in Discord. So when I exercise, I tell you exactly what I'm doing. Is as I build my Turo strategy, I'm actually going to build it in the academy. So within 5 months, you guys will have built out how I did it. If I start another company, I'm going to build out how I did it. And then our CFO is going to be coming in. I don't know anything about the stock market, I'm being honest with you guys. So he's going to come in and start talking about dividend stocks. He's really big in dividend stocks. Like, for example, he was telling me, if you put $1 million into Pepsi, I think it's Pepsi or Coke, he was telling me the dividend stocks, you can make $100,000 per year just in dividends. And so he's going to start bringing us dividend stocks that we can start to invest, because the goal of this whole academy is freedom, right? It's like taking these profits and how do we build an ecosystem around all of us. We're also talking about last night is getting starting our own real estate investment firm where we're buying apartment complexes, where we have a fund where we say, all right, warriors, you can all invest in here and you all get dividend checks. That's our whole goal of this academy as we grow this thing. So it's really based on where you're at in your life. For me, 10 years, I'm not working past 55, and so I'm being very disciplined right now. Every time I pull money, I put it in something that's going to drive money. So The Richest Man in Babylon, I would highly recommend either listening to it on YouTube, you can listen for free, or the audiobook. That's basically, Rich Dad Poor Dad was what it all started. The Think and Grow Rich is how I built my principles to build my businesses. And then Richest Man in Babylon is what I read a year and a half ago that was like, that's what I have wrong. Because I have always been able to make money. I'm a hustler. I've been able to lose my money 3 times, build back up. But the 3rd time, I'm like, something's wrong. So The Richest Man in Babylon is what changed. So every time I get paid, I'm like, okay, now I have 10,000. How can I turn this into 30? And how can I turn that 30 now into 100, and vice versa? So.
Masunin, did you have a question? Looks like you have your hand up. Oh, you're on mute still. No, there he goes.
There is also one thing that could be very interesting for everyone here, because I know people are thinking of, what if XRP reaches the market cap of Ethereum? How much money is that going to be, etc. If that's okay, I would like to share my screen just for 10 seconds and show you this one here. It's called thecoinperspective.com. What you can do is you choose XRP and then another coin you want to compare it with, and then you can, actually set the market cap by yourself or the current market cap, which is 250 billion. And it tells you, hey, if XRP's market cap is worth 250 billion, the price of one XRP will be 540. So we've done that with Adam, because Adam has so much potential to do a lot of stuff in the future. Like they're building, and the projects, especially the team behind these projects, are great. So we were thinking, what if Cosmos is going to steal some caps from Ethereum and maybe become even better? Maybe Ethereum is going to pass 1 trillion, but Cosmos will be worth $1,100 if it just reaches 250 billion in market cap. I mean, something like that. Of course, this doesn't have to happen, but if you look at the long-term effect of coins, I mean, Ethereum was only $80 a year ago, and now look at it. We hit $4,000. It was impossible, but we did it. So you can use that website to play around with your coins and see how much money you could possibly make, maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years.
Hey, Summon, that's pretty cool. Okay, are you going to put the link to that website on the in my networks or Discord?
Yes, let me put it in the chat forum.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I know there was one other guy that had a question. I don't know where he went.
Masood, did I say it right?
Yeah, Masoodin, I think it is. He was.
Oh, did he drop off?
Yeah, I think he just dropped off. I saw him try to get admitted back in.
Let's see if we can find him here. Boom.
While
Yeah.
we're looking for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you got him?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We got
There
you.
we go. Now we can.
Okay. I think my audio was off. So I got a question. One, does crypto.com cold store your cryptos? Do they safe store it for you?
Great question. So I actually verified with them. So I got a hold of somebody, well, not on their app or whatever, but they do. So I looked at their security protocols and I reached out to them and I got a response that they do hold it on a cold storage. I'm going to tell you what I recommend and don't do what I do, right? So I have almost all mine on exchange, but what you should do is put it on a cold storage or on a hard wallet. But they do actually store our crypto on a cold storage. So if the system went, the way they explained it to me, the system went down, all our crypto is sitting on a cold storage, so they can recover our crypto. So and also Kraken does that as well. So I did.
Because I think I read they hold up to $100 million worth of crypto assets. And then, so since crypto.com doesn't have XRP and I buy my XRP off of Uphold, I can't transfer Uphold to XRP or my Uphold to crypto.com because it doesn't have the exchange available. So until it does, then you can, correct?
So the question is, can you move it from Uphold to XRP? Is that the question?
Yeah, but yes, basically, yes.
If it's available to sell in the future again.
Yeah.
So if the exchange
Okay.
is on.
Yeah. So
Okay,
right now you
okay.
can't. Like mine's just sitting on Kraken. Anyone that delisted it, you can't do anything with it really. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I have another question. So I'm not super technical smart when it comes to URL codes and all that, and I'm just nervous because I have mine on Uphold, and I'm still buying some, and I'm hoping it goes down. I have about 2,000. I want to accumulate more, so I'm just worried of making the wrong move and putting in the wrong address, and then not knowing that I got it or not knowing that I saved it. Is there any way? I watched YouTube videos constantly, but they don't really explain that well. I need someone like either show me a video or like need to see it myself to understand exactly how to do it because I want to store it, but I'm nervous to store it because I know I will fuck up.
Yeah.
So is there any way that I guess anyone can show me or like a detailed video or something like that?
Yeah. What ledger? What hard wallet do you have?
So I have I believe it's Exum. I have DeFi wallet from crypto.com, and then I have a Clever Trust. I have a few just because I wasn't sure which one to store it on, but I heard XRP was good with Exum.
Yeah. It really depends on it because the only one I've ever used is Ledger. So I think the best thing is in the chat, see if anybody's used that specific one. I've used a Ledger, so Nano S, and then I put in the Academy how to do it. I use their videos that they produced and put them in the Academy how to use it. You can usually find, if you go to the company, they should have detailed videos on it. Usually they have on their YouTube channel a detailed video on how to do it. What I did is with mine, I literally watched it. I stopped. I went and did what they said, went back and I stopped. That is, I'm glad that you brought that up. I mean, you got to be very, very careful with moving your crypto. I've had people in the Academy lose a lot of money. Not doing it correctly, or it kind of gets lost out in space. Another question that came up, I know this is off the subject, but it goes with what you're saying. A lot of people have been asking on my TikTok all over, like, hey, what if Ledger goes out of business or goes bankrupt? We found out actually that you still can get your crypto because they are all part of some sort of, I don't know how to explain it. They're part of something where you go to this company and you can actually log into the system, and that's how you pull it up because it's in a block, I guess, or somehow. But you go ahead.
Coach. So what they basically do is, especially when you're holding stuff, for example, on any exchange, it's the same thing. They have their own account on that block. So perfect example is, for example, Adam, if you stake on CryptoCito's account, for example, so what it is basically is your coins wherever you stake them, it's always on the blockchain. You only give the permission that they can use your coins, but you still own the private keys. It's still your coins. So even if your ledger device is, doesn't run anymore, it's dead. You don't have to worry. As long as you hold the private keys, you can get them back. So it's on the ledger, public ledger. It's basically on the blockchain, so you don't have to worry at all.
Perfect.
And one other comment, Coach, if I can, my advice to everybody is whenever you're moving coins anywhere, from exchange to exchange or exchange to wallet, don't move them all in one shot. I always move 50 coins, 10 coins, just try it. You know, wherever he is, wherever he went, Masood, send a few coins, make sure they get there, right? Because if you lose it and you're screwed up, who cares if you lose 10 coins? But if you lose 2,000, that's a big deal, right? So find out what the, usually they'll tell you what the minimum is. Always just send a few. If you're uncertain, don't take the risk because it is hard. You may not get your coins back if you screw up. It's very hard right now. The industry is too early and too young and not mature to know how to retrieve coins, right? That is the one challenge with this industry right now. So be careful, be smart, do double check, do your diligence and send a few coins, make sure it works. And then when you know you got it right, then you send the remainder. That's what I do anyway. That would be my advice to you guys as you're,
Well, I appreciate that.
you know,
Yeah,
as
thank
we're
you.
trying to all.
I don't know if I lost. I think was it my internet? I think we lost Johnny. Johnny, is the internet all right?
Yeah,
man?
yeah, we lost him.
Oh,
We lost him.
all right. Man down, man down. Just kidding. All right, Warriors. So what we'll do is, doesn't look like there's any other hands up. So what we'll do is I'm going to jump off. We got to jump on another call. And then I'm going to get this all recorded for you guys, not recorded, but edited. And then we'll send, I'll get the link as soon as possible. So my main concern is to get this up as quick as possible. And then we'll get this put into, so on Discord, it'll be on the left-hand side. It'll say exit strategy, and Mighty Networks. It'll be under courses. And just so you guys know too, we have quite a few people here. Remember, we enhanced Discord, or Selman did. I got to give him credit. It's amazing. There's news updates on a daily basis. You got your technical analysis on a daily basis, everything you need. And then I'll be doing a World Economic Forum recap. So, and just so you guys know too, the value is like, you know, Selman has a membership to Glassnode. That costs money. We also got part of the World Economic Forum. So we're bringing briefings to you guys. So we're trying to, in your membership, adding all this value. So make sure you take advantage of this stuff. You know, print the briefing out. It's going to give you links that you can click on, and it's taking all the top things that World Economic Forum is looking at in blockchain, interoperability, regulation, and it's going to give you a briefing on a weekly basis for the Warrior Academy based on what the World Economic Forum is looking at. So that'll be coming out in Discord and Mighty Networks on a weekly basis. Sound good? All right, Warriors, appreciate you guys, and we love you, and have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon. Warriors rise.